filming lately, but I took kind of a long weekend off, and excuse me, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I've kind of been a little ill lately. I had a kind of a lousy cold, and it turned into a throat thing. It's been just haven't felt real good the last couple of days. And yesterday was my birthday, so I didn't, well, I did work yesterday, but I just didn't film. I just wasn't feeling good, so I didn't bother filming. Anyway, it is 5:30 a.m. Tuesday, February 25th. Temperature is 19 degrees, and I'm going down to Grand Forks to the middle. My darn nose has been like running for 3 days non-stop. It's getting into that red stage. And I keep losing tissue. Of course, you know, when a man gets sick, it's always way worse than when a woman gets sick, because, you know, we always think we're dying. We get a little sniffle or cold, and right away it's, well, right away you think, well, I must have some kind of sinus cancer or something. Last Friday night, I was coming out here to go, what was I doing? Alex was with me. Oh, we're going to go over to Park River and get something to eat. I was in the car, not this. So I came out to that intersection. You know, in North Dakota, there's no traffic. It's just, so you kind of get in the habit of rolling through intersections. You don't really stop. You kind of pull up to them, kind of do a half look both ways out of your corner of your eye and go. I know it's not good. So I came up to this sign. No turn signal. Just rolled through it. I noticed that in the corner of my eye there was a car coming, and it was dark. But yeah, the lights looked pretty far back. You know, certainly plenty of time. It wasn't like I was going to even go hit me. Well, here was a sheriff, and and it's like, you know, what's the term? The comedy of errors, or whatever the term is. You know, I have e-insurance, and I just renewed the policy. Or whatever that is, hopefully. Anyway, so I never printed the cards out. I have them on my phone, the document. And I just bought a new card, my midlife crisis card. So I added that, and I had to redo all that stuff. Anyway, the point is, I didn't have my phone on me, so I couldn't show him proof of insurance. So he's like, well, what are you doing? You know, are you drunk? I said, no, I'm not drunk. drinking, and he's like looking at me. And he said, well, what'd you go through? I said, look, I just did it. I was mistaken. I have no excuse for it. And going out to eat and just roll through the sun. I have no excuse. And anyway, so I didn't get a ticket. He just said, don't do that again. You know. And he was cool. He was fine. He was a good sheriff, nice guy and everything. But he's like, do you have insurance? I said, of course I have insurance. Yeah. So then I told him, I said, let's just go back to the house. I'll go right. I told him where I lived. I said, sometimes you see the green Peterbilt parked there. He says, oh yeah, that's yours. I said, I think we'll go right up to my house. I'll get my phone and show you. And I mean, I never go anywhere without my phone. That's what the point was. It's just, you know, if you leave your phone at home, it's like you left your pants on. But we were just going to Park River. She had her phone, so I said, screw it, I don't need it. And that's when I get pulled over. So, you know, how that stuff goes. But he was fine. He's like, don't worry about it. I told him, look, anytime you want to stop in I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you. It just is, isn't that the way it goes, though? Like that's how criminals get caught. You know, you can be a criminal and like do the best hiding or go on the run or whatever. But it's that one time that you just let your guard down, you don't do everything perfect, you get snagged. And that's must be, I guess, how that works. Now me, I wouldn't know because I can't get away with anything. If I ever broke the law like in a really bad way other than speeding or maybe overloading here and there, I would be caught in 2 seconds. I mean, there'd be no, I'd try to rob a bank and the teller would be an off-duty sheriff on a part-time job and I'd get wasted. There's no way I'd get away with anything. I'm about as slick as Tor when it comes to that stuff. Boy, yesterday here was a beautiful day. It was, like 41, sunny, not too much wind. Shouldn't be too bad today either. Yes. Kind of sad when 18 degrees feels really warm to you. But it does. 35 degrees, we were all walking around with no coats. I mean, think about it, compared to -20, that's a 50-some degree swing. Almost 60, actually. Oh, it is 60. It's crazy how warm that feels to you. Alright, I'll see you guys when I get down to Grand Forks. Sounds like I need to put some more grease on that hood latch again. I mean, on that hood joint thing there. Squeaking again. It was doing pretty good when I greased it up. Anyway, coming into Grand Forks here. 102 from the west, just past the airport. Like, for those of you that know about Grand Forks, really nothing grand about this place. Where are my glasses? I was going to say, you want to come on out of there, MCI bus, go ahead, but it's going to get ugly. Well, I really hope the mill isn't busy. I don't know. I would imagine it's probably at least 7 lines, maybe 8. Yeah. Well, if it's, let's see, if it's 7 lines, and we get into the 8th line, it's probably going to be about 9:15, probably. 9:30 till we get out of there. Maybe 9 if everything's working. As long as I get out of there by 9:30, I should be able to go up to blast and reload and make it back by noon. 10:30, yeah. It'll be tight as usual. Well, I can do without these. The other thing in North Dakota, you got train tracks everywhere. It must, Must be the train capital of America is North Dakota, because there's trains everywhere. In fact, the railroad industry is a pretty big employer up there. The little town of Fordville, there's Northern Plains Railroad in Fordville. I actually looked into working for them, but the more I looked into it, I was not interested. There's a lot of weird stuff with the railroads, you know, it's all federal controlled. You gotta pay into a federal fund. Like everything, it's all based on retirement. I don't, you know, that's another topic to get into. I don't understand this country's fascination with retirement. Now look, I'm not claiming I want to work my butt off for the rest of my life, but what is this retirement stuff all the time? Like, where did this come from? Like, did people in the Bible retire? Think about it. Did God come to Moses and say, hey, I want you to go over there and I want you to free the Israelites. I'm going to send you over there. And then Moses is looking at the burning bush and he goes, well, I don't know, God, I need to check my 401k. I need to check my Roth IRA. I need to check this. Let me see if I can pull that off, fund that. Look, I have all those things. I actually have 2 401ks. I have investments. I'm not saying you shouldn't plan for the future. I do. I invest. I have Vanguard fund. I have all that stuff. But the point is, I also don't live my entire life looking for that carrot out there, this retirement. I mean, I don't know. I know people in my age, that's all they're concerned about. Let's see, retirement. And you put commercials on. Are you doing enough for retirement? Hey, what is this fascination with retirement? What are you going to do? Sit around all day long? I don't understand it. You can only do so much sitting around before you got to be productive at some level. I mean, just to feel like a good human being. Like I said, I don't plan on working as hard as I do now when I'm, say, in my 60s, 70s, but I'm still going to do something. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't work. I mean, what is the point of living if you don't have some kind of work? Some kind of productive. I don't know. Maybe I'll think different when I'm 65. I don't know. But it's like automatic. You retire. That's it. You retire. Well, why does it have to be automatic? Why? What is this? You know, say somebody says, no, I don't really plan to retire. What, are you a weirdo? Well, why is he a weirdo? Whatever. Now let's see what's going on. See, these are the things. One of the problems with driving trucks is you have a whole lot of time to think, and that can cause you to come up with the theories like I come up with here, and the different things you think of. Okay, let's one. That's not too bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's 7 rows. So I'm in the 8th row. That's about what I figured. And looks like we're at the beginning of the 8th. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to get out of here by 9:15, I would say. Yeah, sorry about my little retirement rant. Like I always say, just think about it. I don't know how people can just do nothing all day long. I was off, well, not even fully off, but Friday, Saturday. And I always have way too much to do, even when I'm not doing this. And I was going out of my mind. I was sitting around the house there. Well, I just can't do that. I got from Amazon this monstrosity. It's a neck massage. I don't know if the lighting in here is probably pretty bad. It's this neck massager thing, and it's got a cord for the car. And I'm gonna try it out because I really have been stiff lately. I don't know if it's because I'm going to the gym. I started going to the gym now, which is good. I feel so much better. But boy, does it open up a whole can of whoop ass, if you call it, on your body. So my birthday was yesterday. I'm 45. Officially in midlife. I don't really have anything else to say. This is the mill. It is 6:45, 19 degrees. Mill opens at 7. Okay, talk to you guys. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm waiting here to dump. It is almost, it's 8:40 and temperature 16 degrees. I've been here since I got here. I've been here 2 hours. Anyway, I'm going to dump this and go to Glaston and reloading it. But I was going to say, you know, this truck's a 2015 Peterbilt 389, but it's what they call a glider kit, and what that means is, what a glider is they take a new truck. It's a company that does it. They buy a new truck and then they will take it to their facility, and they'll take the engine out and they'll take all the emission stuff out, the DEF tank, a particulate filter that's under the truck, and then they put a 99 or a 2000 or less motor in it, usually a Detroit 60. That's what's in this. And the reason they do that is because there's a regulation that is, if you have a truck that's a 2000 or, well, it goes by engine, not the chassis. So if you have an engine that's 2000 or 1999 or older, you can bypass the e-log regulation, so you can still use paper logs. And the other thing is it eliminates the need for the filters. And what that is there's a filter that's underneath the trucks. Usually it's on the right side under the passenger's floorboard. And excuse me, I'm getting over a cold here. And what happens is all the soot that the engine generates that goes through your exhaust normally goes into that filter. And well, eventually, if you think about it, that filter will get clogged with soot and it needs to be incinerated. So that's what regen means. There's a process called, the truck's got to regenerate itself. So that's what that filter does. And what happens is there's a igniter in there. It runs off of diesel, obviously, and it ignites that and it incinerates it. And it gets, well, I had two Volvo trucks that I used for hauled mail over the course of those years, and the second one that I got was horrible, and it had to regenerate. And the truck's supposed to just do it as you're going down the road. You're not really supposed to have any kind of you're not supposed to even know it's doing it. It's just supposed to handle it. But sometimes you have to get what's called a park regen. It'll prompt you on the dash for do a park regen, and that literally means you got to pull over, pull your brake, and then push the button, and then the truck will do this process where it revs up, and it'll ignite that filter in there, and that floorboard gets so hot you can't even put your foot down on it. And I don't know the heat. I think it's over 2,000 degrees. It might even be more. That ignites that soot and turns it to ash. And so when they do these glider kits, that's all eliminated. Now, you couldn't have a glider kit in the People's Republic of California, which really isn't even America anymore, because they require, you have to have DEF tank and that filter to even be able to drive into the state. All this carb regulation and everything else. But the point is that that's what a glider. I used to listen to Kevin Rutherford a lot. He's on Sirius Radio, and he's a trucking expert, and he's really good. I don't always agree with everything, but he definitely knows the trucking industry. He's very smart. Does a lot of studying, research. He has his own, I believe he had a fleet of trucks he used to run for FedEx. But anyway, I would listen to him quite a bit overnights. And he would always talk about glider kits. I'm like, what is he talking about? I had no idea what he meant. Well, now I have one. So it's a real good option for if you want to get away from all that the particular filter and the regen. Because I'll tell you, if you think about driving down the road, you basically have a, what's the term, kiln? What do they use for making moonshine? Kiln, is that the right term, word? You got a still underneath your truck there. And if you would get into an accident and that thing would happen to be regenerated, I mean, well, I don't know. It's a great fire potential. And it's just not a perfected system. And I feel like the government forced the manufacturers into doing it. It's one of the reasons Caterpillar used to be one of the biggest truck engine makers there was. I had two motors that were Cat motors, and they just went out of business. They're like, we're not going to be involved in this. This is silly. They sort of saw their writing on the wall with this stuff, that it's not a very, this was back, geez, I don't even remember when they quit making motors, but it's been a while since they have, and they just, we don't want any parts of this stuff. it's a mess. Okay. And like I said, it's the government, I personally believe, pushing this emission stuff on the industry. In the industry, the technology just isn't there to accomplish it. And, but of course, when does that ever stop the government? And California is a perfect example of that. There's YouTube videos about CARB on California. I forget what it stands for. California Air something or other. Anyway, they're on YouTube, and the trucks that they have completely eliminated. In other words, if you don't have all the criteria on the trucks that is required, you can't register. So there's guys that have had trucks for, their father has passed down logging trucks to them from 40 years ago. The trucks are fine, but they can't get a registration for them because they don't comply with CARB. So basically, the state of California has just taken the person's business and just eliminated their business. Like, it would be like if the state came into your office building and said, all the computers, your desks, all your capital of your business, your office building itself, it's worthless now. That's what they're doing to these guys in California. It's a mess. And I'm just afraid at some point it's going to spread nationwide if well, let's stay out of politics for now. Anyway, so I'm gonna. So that's what a glider kit is. It's a new truck that they take the motor out, put an older motor in it, and then resell it. That's what it is. The easy explanation. And here is the mill. This is the second round of oil trucks. I'm still waiting to dump here around the corner here. And I'm gonna try to go up, get another one. I'll have time. It's only, should be out of here by a little after 9. And so that should give me plenty of time to get 2 in here. I don't know if this guy's going to pull up far enough for me to be able to sneak over there. Yeah, okay, I'm going to switch this camera to my headband. See if okay, 30-second unload, watch this. Ready to go, bud? Yep. Okay. Well, as soon as I get my dang gloves on. what is so hard about that? Okay, see you guys. Sorry, I didn't take you in there. Sometimes, I don't know whether these guys care if you film them or not, but I never really asked him, so anyway. Okay, I'm gonna try and head up to Glaston and get one more down here. It's 3 hours, so I got 3 hours to get back. Should be able to do it. What's going on here? Oh, I know why. That's why, because I got the camera on, so it's connected to that. That's why I got no internet. Let's see. Glaston. So what time did it say? Oh, well, it says we get, okay. We're in good shape. Real good shape. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.